Hey, what's up, YouTube? And whoever watches this video. um, so, I don't know. There was a couple things I was thinking about talking about today, but I'll probably do one tomorrow. I'm gonna try to be doing these every day. Hopefully, start accumulating more views and more people, and more people, more impact. I don't know. But so, um. So I'll tell you a little thing that happened to me today. So I've been having a lot of trials and adversity recently, especially these last few days been a little crazy. Got a lot of. It's like it's been like a chain reaction of a couple bad things happening. But I mean, like, bad things, bad situations, build tougher people. Whatever those sayings are and stuff. But so. Sorry about that glare on the camera. I gotta use my phone right now for these, so my like the selfie picture one is all busted, my front camera. But yeah, so just a couple of things that happened in the couple of days. I'm trying to get a couple businesses going now, and then I've been flipping some stuff on the side or whatever. But I have one business that's pretty much, I just got to launch it, and it's going to do me really well. I have a couple businesses I'm working on, but, like, I'm still not going to get into, like, what it is just yet. But, well, I'll tell you what, one of them is, I'm going to wait. But, sorry about that. But, so just the last few days, just been in a bad situation recently, kind of, like, some stuff going on, like, just money-wise right now, I'm just not, it's just, I'm really low, like, very low money. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to launch this. I've got, like, all my products. I've got everything I need to do for it, but I've got to, like, pay this designer for some pictures and just a couple other little things, and then I got to pay to launch it, and then it's just a pain in the butt, but it's something I've been working on for like 6 months, and I put in a lot of like effort into this, and I'm very excited about it. I know it's gonna do me like really good, but it's just like right now I don't got like almost like nothing to my name, man. And I know in the future, like here's the thing. I'm not sounding arrogant or cocky when I say this. I'm saying this with confidence and with faith. And I say that I'm gonna make it into what I want. I'm gonna make my life into what I want, not just in the, we're all gonna make it. But I'm saying I'm gonna create my life. I'm not gonna settle for any life that is handed to me or that, I just fell into. I'm gonna create everything around me. I want to create my ideal life, whether that be the perfect life or just a life I'm very happy with. And a lot of people could have just fell into a decent job that's paying their rent, keeping their family afloat, and it's not super stressful, it's not hard on their bodies, and sometimes that just makes people happy, and that's fine. There's not one thing wrong with that. But for me, I just never felt, I don't know, man. I just always felt a little bit different since I was a kid. I was not a good student. I failed a lot of classes. It was like always, I just never could pay attention. I think we found out way late into high school, like around my senior year, that I got ADHD, like real bad. But I just never, and at the same time, I never bought into all the stupid bull that we learned in school, because none of that is valuable to life. They should be teaching people like how to follow their passions, or even basic life skills, as in like taxes, or about like, holy crap, sorry, just about anything. Could it be anything, like even just certain things, like how to apply for a freaking house, or how to apply for a job, even that, how to prepare you for your first interview. Anything useful. Learn nothing useful in 12 years of school. Nothing useful like that. I believe 299%, weird number, but that I've learned more. I've learned more in the last year. Last 8 to 10 months from my mentor, my coaches, and just life and dealing with a bunch of stuff, especially like the last year or two, than I did in 12 years of schooling times fucking 10. Pardon my French. It's just I don't believe in school. I don't believe in college. I don't believe you need to go to college to find a job that you enjoy or to find a career you enjoy or to like just find just to fall into a steady income so you can a fun little fact for you, the average bachelor's degree takes 30 years to become profitable. Like, let that soak in. Like, the average bachelor degree takes 30 years to become profitable. You know, I'm guessing that's coming off of, you know, the massive student debt and, like, the interest that occurs on that student debt because it takes a lot of people a lot of time to pay it off. I know people that 10 years later still paying off student debts, student loans, you know, and it's just ridiculous. It's not fair. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. America is the land of opportunity, but you got to pay for that opportunity. You know what I mean? And I love America. I think it's the greatest country in the world because, you know, it's just freedom of speech, freedom of religion. It's just everything. But there's a bunch of countries out there that are letting people go to, like, I'm against going to college because it's a waste of time and money. But if you want to go to college and, like, you want to get an education, and if there's somebody out there that really, like, there are people out there that really want to get that education, and like, because there are things you do need to go to college for that you can't do, you know, become on your own, and that's like stuff like doctors, stuff like lawyers, and, you know, I mean, like dentists, whatever it may be, and, you know, maybe it's just somebody just really wants to be a surgeon or a doctor, you know, just really wants to help lives and help people, which that's the thing. If you're in love with, like, if your passion is to real passion is you just have this overwhelming joy when you help people. Like, it's something I'm very passionate about. I love helping people. I've helped a lot of people, and it's funny, you know, saying 20 years old and stuff like that, saying that I have, but, you know, I've known a lot of people on drugs that I've had to help, close friends, people I've let crash with me in bad situations, and, you know, I mean, like, I had to go and talk to uncles when they're on drugs. I've had to take my own mom's. I've had to help my mom a lot when she was around. I haven't seen my mom since I was about 16. I'm 20. I've had to help my mom a bunch of times through very bad drug abuse, suicidal attempts. I've had to take my mom's gun out of her hand before she's threatening to kill herself, but, you know, it's another time. But, you know, I've done a lot of stuff in my day, but, like, if you're truly passionate about just helping people and you don't care how that happens and you think being a doctor is just, like, the best way to go, by all means, if you really want to be a doctor, then go do it. But if your passion is you just want to do great things to help people, there's millions of opportunities you can do all day. I mean, you could go, I mean, just thinking, like, small, you can just go, what is it called? Go volunteer at a homeless shelter, go volunteer in a Big Brother program. I plan on doing that soon. I want to do that. Go volunteer in a Big Brother program. Do all kinds of stuff. There's all kinds of different things. Go, you know, or go work for a charity. But if you really want to be a doctor, let's say, like, why should that person, to be a doctor, let's say you get your whole doctorate, and, like, especially for, like, the medical field, like, to be a doctor. If it's from off my knowledge, this is from my knowledge of what I know and understand. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna act like what I'm about to say is, like, 100% correct. I believe it's correct, but, well, you know, but here's my opinion. It takes, you know, the average person doesn't, like, most people don't actually get their bachelor's, or like, they say it takes 8 years of school and get your doctorate, but plus, like, 2 years of, like, undergrad, and, you know, I think there's another 2 years of something else, but, like, just, like, let's say average person, they say it takes about 4 years to get your bachelor's, you know, 2 years to get your associates, 6 years for your master's, blah, 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 blah. But that's people don't say is that that's 4 years of schooling, 2 years of schooling, 6 years of school. I have a friend that's been in trying to get his associates for. He's been in school since he was like 20, and he's 23. He's turning 23 this year, and he's still got a year left to get his associates. And he was a full-time student for over a year and a half. Sorry about that. So it's just like, so it could take somebody well over 12 years to become a doctor. And without amazing scholarships and like just amazing funding from whatever that may be, like family, grants or whatever. That's gonna end up putting them into debt for forever. Like realistically could be forever. Like, I don't even know. Like, I'll have to look it up. Hold up. I'm actually go look it up real quick. Hold on. Be back in a second. Okay, so I'm back. Also, I saw that so the doctor to get your doctorate, for the medical field, it's 4 years of medical, 4 years of undergrad, 1 year of. Oh no, it's it's one or more, but then it said average. It's really like 3 to 7 years of residency. So I think that's like like being around doctors and like doing like almost like a TA type of thing. I'm assuming. I'm not 100% sure. So like let's say the max of let's say you get the max 7 years. Like you're trying to be. I'm guessing like for like a surgeon or something like that. That's like. Gosh, that's like 15 years of freaking school. Let's say you jump right into that when you hit 18. Like, you're still in your 30s by the time you get your career going. I mean that's crazy to me, man. That's insane. There's so many ways. If you really just want to do it because they make stacks, and like you're just a little interested in like, I think being a doctor would be cool, but. The money's great. Like, find another way to accumulate wealth, man. Like, that's what I wanted to do. I thought about that. Like, I was like, I'm sick of sitting here. I was working at State Farm. Like, State Farm isn't a bad company to work with. I was actually under a temp place, like, for temporary employees or whatever. But it was temp to hire. So they were like practically guaranteeing us to hire. And the people who got me the job, I didn't actually know I was going in to be a temp. But it was Randstad I worked for. Horrible agency. Don't ever ever work for them. Terrible. Horrible people. So anyways, we were promised to get hired on. Like they kept telling us, they were like, yeah, you guys should apply and blah, 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 blah. And I had a friend that got a job there. I turned down another job at a construction company. This is when I was just trying to find something that I can jump into and that I can hopefully coast into a career. This is about, it's May, so it's been 10 months. It was, 10 months. Sorry, it was a little twitchy stuff, but because it was June, I went in July. It was like July 5th or 6th because I went right after the 4th of July. It was like on a Monday or something. So anyways, I have a good memory. But anyways, so it's like, crap, almost forgot my point. So, hold on. Yeah, I can't remember exactly what I was talking about, but it was just like, I don't know, you know what? I'm just going to say, like, straight up, I think if you don't like where you are, I would not spend another minute. I understand people got bills. I understand people have families. Like, I understand all that. But if there's like a for sure, like at what cost though? Like, especially if you just got some bills, man, cut some stuff. I had to. I was laid off, but now I'm getting accused of voluntarily quitting, which I never happened, but it don't matter. But anyways, like I had bills, but I just realized it was hard to leave. because Randstad's under State. So I was working for State Farm, but I was employed under Randstad. Working for State Farm, they treat you well. I mean, they treated them well, like not us. We were just temps, but it was a very chill place to work for. It was like very like new school type of stuff. Like it was like the place to work in was really nice and cool, but it was just like it was the coolest job I've ever had. The most relaxed, chilled back job I've ever done. I wasn't even getting that much work. I would finish most of my work, and I was killing it. Especially when I first started there, I was always killing it. But after a while, man, like first few months, I realized I was just like, I feel like I am wasting my freaking life. Sorry, ugh, there's something on my tongue, but it's just like you're wasting your life when you're not doing something you love. And you only get one life. As Gary Vaynerchuk, I hope you guys know him. He's one of my biggest influencers to me. Like, I've never met him or nothing, but just like I always listen to his podcast, watch a lot of his videos, and I actually have one of his books on my Audible app. And yeah, he is just his saying is, the odds of becoming something it's not a saying, but he always tells it. I actually tried to order this shirt, but I have not been able to. So anyways, he always tells people, he's like, you know what the odds of becoming a human being are? 400 trillion to 1. I think he said you are more likely to win the lottery 8 or 10 times is one of those ones, I think. 8 to 10 times in your life than becoming a human being. That is how fucking lucky you are to be here. Sorry about that language, but it's just like I've been thinking about so much, and that was like a big reason. I was kind of laid off, I guess I should say. Like the day I got laid off is the craziest story. So I got laid off on a Tuesday night, I believe. Tuesday night. And that Monday, I had, maybe Wednesday, I don't remember. Tuesday or Monday, whatever happened that Monday, I had like an anxiety attack on the way home from work I was going to the gym actually on the way from work. I just started looking around me because I would always get out at 5:30, so the traffic was horrible. So I just remember looking and just like my car's not like, I'm just going slow. I'm just looking at all these cars. I'm just like feeling the same as all these cars. And I just got like this. I've struggled with very great anxiety in my life and stuff like that. It's like the same as my parents did, and I think even my grandparents and stuff. And like high levels of stress developed when I was young. But anyways, so yeah, I just really realized that, and I texted my mentor, my mentor and coach that I was seeing at the time, or that I'm still seeing. He's like one of the closest people in my life. His name is Chase, but I'll try to get him on a vlog here once in a while, one day or once in a while, but especially when I start getting some more views. But yeah, I just texted him and I was like, hey man, I was like, I can't do this shit anymore. I was like, I'm freaking out right now. Come here, puppies. Sorry. Come here, guys. Good girl, Mila. Here, you guys want to see the dogs like you guys always do? Look at that beautiful little puppy. So, yeah. And I was texting him, freaking out. He's like, breathe, bro. And just like, he's like, if you want to, I was like, bro, I think I'm going to have to quit. Because we talked about this for a while. Like, my goal was to save up a certain amount of money. So I could just quit, right? I could just quit, knock it off. So I can quit and then just jumpstart my business right away. So, but I was just like, I had a decent amount of money that I needed saved up already, but I had a lot of bills, and my girlfriend had just moved in, and I was paying for both our stuff in both ways, or both of our stuff, sorry. But yeah, and then that Tuesday, it was the next day, I actually applied to another place, and I got a phone call during work. I answered it, and then I had a little on the phone interview when I was at State Farm for another company. It was something that I was actually interested in though, because it was like I think it had something to do with type of sales. Like, it's supposed to be some kind of web advisor, and so I was kind of like, it must be a cool job to do, even if it's just for a few months. Because my cousin worked there, even if it was just for a few months while I'm doing my business if I don't like it, and I could learn some stuff. So, so I'm just kind of like, I get the interview and blah blah blah. I thought it went alright, and then, but I was just like, I kind of thought to myself during this interview, I'm like, I don't think I want to do this. I think it's just gonna be another State Farm thing. Like, I'm kind of promised like this great job that could lead up to a good career, making good money. Like, I was thinking at the time was like, when I first started State Farm, like, if I can make 50, 60K a year, that's amazing. Like that, I don't know. So, like, which, if you're making that and you're happy, and you know how to live within your means, there's nothing wrong with that. But, I just had dreams since I was a little kid that I just wanna, it's not like I don't need to have, I might, like, one day, I might want to get those nice cars and the nice house and stuff, whatever, but that's not, like, life isn't about those things, by the way. Life is about experiences. It's about experiences. It's not about when I get that car, I don't care who sees my Ferrari or my Lambo or whatever. I'm gonna get that because that is a badass car to drive. I'm trying to have crazy experiences, have fun in that thing. I'm trying to just, and like to see that every day and to know that I work for that. I don't care who knows I work for that, because everybody will probably be younger or something, or looking younger if I have one or whatever, and they're just gonna be like, oh, he's a rich kid or something like that. I'm just gonna be like, and then like, what? Do I have to go justify myself to some random dude? Do I need validation from random people? No. You want validation from yourself. The only person's validation in the entire galaxy that matters. You should never want anybody else's validation. I even used to work out. I used to try to get bigger for validation, but I would kind of like deny it to myself. But like when I went to the gyms and stuff, I was extremely self-conscious and like did not want people looking at me. Or like I wanted people looking at me, but I wanted to like look swollen, get my pump on, and you know what I mean? Like and like when I first started lifting, I was super light, like 115, 110 pounds. And I was always wearing like white beards to the gym because, well, that's what my dad did. My dad's used to be even bigger dude, like really buff dude. So, but it's like, that's just the funniest part, is that like when you really don't need validation and you see that you've made progress, and it's just like you don't really care. Like a lot of people, like or like, I don't know, it just depends. Sometimes you seek more validation, like, oh, now I gotta start taking, a bunch of pictures or whatever, and post them and show everybody. But like, even then, there's nothing wrong with that with some people, it just depends like what you're going for. I think in my personal opinion, but people live their lives however they want. Do them, I'm not gonna hate. All love, but like, I just sometimes when I see it, I'm just kind of like, man, I want that person to get what they're looking for, to like realize. Sorry, I'm checking my return. Realize what they're looking for, like, isn't important sometimes. Like, you know what I mean? I don't really, in my personal opinion, I don't really see the point in posting, like, a bunch of shirtless pics, for dudes, or a bunch of booty pics or whatever for guys or for girls, and just showing off your, whatever. I don't see the point in it, unless, like, I don't know. I think the only point in it, for me, the only point I see is if you like have plans of like developing like a brand or something, or like you have plans of developing like you want to develop a fitness account or something, that you want to be like a sponsored athlete, you know what I mean? It's like, or you're just straight living your passion. But if like, or like, it's just, I mean, there's all kinds of reasons why, and there's no hate, but every now and then you kind of see one thing that you're kind of like, it's kind of a douche, but I don't know. I feel like everybody kind of sees that, but people do you know what I mean? I ain't gonna judge. I don't care. I ain't gonna hate. But yeah. So I got ADHD, so I think I'm kind of trembled off track. I'm trying to kind of remember one of the big reasons. So yeah. So today, so I got, you see how I'm missing the teeth and stuff, and I have this retainer. So I actually you probably saw it on my very first video, I have a flipper that only has the teeth. It's a lot smaller and it doesn't have any of the wires around it, so it looks a lot better. So what is it? So I live in Mesa. I had to drive all the way down to Phoenix in a practically Goodyear to go get my retainer. And it was costing me $120. Again, of money I do not have right now. So I go down there and they put me in the chair and they're like, so your retainer's not done yet. And I was like, what? Really? Like, you couldn't tell me this? And like, so we're going to give you an invisible retainer. I was like, I got one. You guys know this already. Like, I mean, I don't ever go to the ortho, really, but I've been there a few times recently, and I know my ortho knew that. So I'm just like, really, dude? Like, so it's like, yeah, you could just keep wearing that, blah, blah, like, we're so sorry. But, like, so the guy got food poisoning who makes these, so I was like, whatever. So I was gonna be like, I was kind of like, having a lot of struggles the whole time up there. I'm just thinking about all this, this trials and crap that I'm gonna have to push through and what I'm gonna have to do to get out of this, or to push through this. And then, so I'm like kind of already a little frustrated. I'm trying to be really nice. And the first thing that happened, sorry, not the first thing that happens, but so yeah, so the first thing I was gonna ask him was, like, I didn't want to be mean, so I was gonna be like, I mean, I live real far, guys. Can you guys knock off? It takes like solid $15-20 to get down there probably in gas. It's so far, and my car is so old, so I get no gas mileage. I had half a tank. I got way less than a quarter of a tank now, probably. Or, like, yeah, probably a little less than a quarter of a tank. So I was like, I was going to ask him, and then, so when I go up there, she's like, yeah, again, we're sorry. I was like, it's okay. I only live 45 minutes. I kind of made, like, a dick remark. I didn't say it mean, but I was like, that's okay. I only live, like, 45 minutes away. And she was like, oh, no, where do you live? And she's like, I'm sorry, do you want to find a new location? I was like, you guys are the closest location to me. And they were like, all looking like, yeah, we are. I was like, yeah. Like, the next one is like another, like, 20-30 miles north. So I'm just like, pfft. So they were gonna have me come back later that afternoon to get the invisible one. I was like, no way, bro. I was like, so they did. So they gave me a Jamba Juice fucking gift card. I wonder if I even got it, what I do with that thing. But yeah, sorry for my language again, but yeah. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna let it go. They gave me some, they try to kind of make up for it in a way, and it's a whole nice office. They're all very nice people down there, and it feels like 2 years ago I've been like freaking out, like, I want my, whatever, acting like my dad. So like, that happened to me and my dad, like, 2 weeks ago, too. So my dad had a doctor's appointment, and I rode with him because I was going to have my back put back into place because our doctor is a G, and he knows everything. So he cracks our backs and stuff, and my dad had to get his rib popped into place, and he had an appointment. Because the next Friday, he was going up to the Grand Canyon for some hike. So we get down there, they say they don't got an appointment, and they have no openings. My dad was like, are you kidding me? She's like, it was for next Friday. And he's like, I specifically told her, we talked about it. It is not for next Friday. I am gone out of town. He's kind of going off on her. He's like, and she's like, would you like to make another appointment? Excuse me. Sorry, I had to burp. Excuse me. So he's like, I can get you in, like, tomorrow. He's like, you know what? He's like, forget this. And he's like, let's go in it. And I was like, damn, bro. I was like, my back hurt. I need to get it popped into place. So, and I'm like, so I talked to him today, and I was like, you thought that was bad? Try driving another 20 freaking minutes and then doing that. Same exact thing. Practically the same exact thing, The whole thing. The worst part, though, is I have to go all the way back down there on Wednesday. I have to go another, 9 days or something without it. Stop it. Don't eat that. No. Sorry, guys. My puppy being a little dumb. So, yeah. So, a huge thing is, that I've learned or whatever is that it's just no point in getting mad and getting so frustrated. Like, I used to have really bad road rage as well. And there's just no point in somebody driving like a dick. Why should that affect your day, in your mood? You're never going to get this day back. You're never going to relive the day you were 20 years, 8 months, and 19 days. Which, you never know. That could be your last day, you know, your second to last day. You could die a year from now, and you know what I mean? Whatever, you know, it's like a little off topic, but not really, but I don't know. But it's just like, there's no reason I should take this negative energy into my life right now and take my mood away and take my mind. I'm focusing right now on trying to get my life better, you know what I mean? I'm trying to focus on how to get my businesses going, how to dig myself out of this situation. I'm trying to be positive during this. I am not going to let something like this small and then just think about this for the rest of the day, complaining and bitching and moaning to myself, "This is such BS," or going in there and causing an attitude, so the next time that I go in there, it's awkward for both of us. You know what I mean? And then I got a dread going down there, like, oh shoot, what if I gotta go back down there again? Stuff too, you know, just as well. And then it's just like, there's just no point in bringing that negativity into my life, because what will that do for you? What will that do for you? Like, let's say, but this is something that could happen, is that you do it now. You know, you bitch and moan today. Like, let's say you don't even do it that often. You just get, and you're, you know, it's under a lot of stress lately. And this is something you just started bitching and moaning today. Something little happens to you, like later, some guy's driving, he kind of cuts you off and you start freaking out at him, bitching and moaning about that. Now you're mad your whole ride to work. And then it's just like, you know, a couple other things, blah, 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 blah. And, you know, and just like, complaining becomes like natural after a while. You're going to naturally become like a pessimist. And it's just, what is life as a pessimist? Your life is unhappy and sad, and then you're just negative. How do you influence the world at that point? You influence it in a bad way. And for others to be around you, you influence them in a bad way, so you lose people. And not in a good way. There's a lot of stuff been having on my mind. Got a bunch of more stuff to talk about, but this ran pretty long. I think I'm running out of space on my thing. So, thanks again, guys. I'm going to get this video quality a little bit better. Hopefully I can get a camera soon. I'm going to start doing some better editing and stuff. I'm going to try to start doing it on my computer more. I've just been doing everything from my phone. But, yeah, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to come follow me on Instagram, you friend me on Facebook or whatever. My name's Nick South-Prowell. Hyphen in there. And you can find me at Instagram, Nick_SP. And then Snapchat, Nick_SP96. Alright, guys. Take it easy. Have a good day. Peace.